I have to leave the conversation because there are a couple things.
All right, well, Matt, could you unplug and get the hell out?
I would hope it's not just my personal ties that make me think that a comedy about a concentration camp is...
Well, how come you're laughing, Matt? I'm going to tell you right now, Martha Stewart is a cougar.
Well,
she's a babe.
Did you ever see her when she's younger? Did you see her younger picture?
Yes, Matt, she's a babe. You got a problem with that?
Welcome to another exciting edition of The Unfinished Basement alongside my co-hosts,
Bill.
And I am Timmy.
Finally.
I want to get started. Actually, we have to pay the bills. So I have to get started with
Please do.
With an ad.
Please do.
Where do fishes live?
In the sea. In water.
Well, I like Fish Out of Water.
Oh!
And you will too. Bucks County's best cover band played this summer up and down the tri-state area. From Jersey to Virginia, mastering the art of stage presence with their covers of everything from Neil Young to the Backstreet Boys. Fish Out of Water caters to the fans. Has been captivating audiences up and down the East Coast for over 10 years now. Don't go swimming like the rest of the crowd. Jump out of the water and enjoy the show. Check Fish Out of Water's upcoming shows on fishoutofwater.com.
Very good. Brian, that was for you, big guy.
Well, he texted me and offered very kind words about the show, so I said...
By the way, Brian, can you drive me to class? I have an 8:40 on Monday.
Well...
What's worse than a fish out of water? A shark.
Okay.
It's Shark Week, too.
Okay, first, but now I want to say something.
Okay, here we go.
I want to get a couple things off my chest.
It's Shark Week.
25th anniversary of...
I'll be back.
Terminator 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But go ahead, Matt has something important. Here we go.
No, I want to get a couple things off my chest that I meant to get off my chest last weekend because I was harassed by some of our loyal listeners about the subject.
We're bringing up past topics because I have one too.
Well, just listen. I have a couple things to talk about.
Oh God.
Number one is Whole Foods, a grocery store, or a...
Oh, so you're catching some backlash from your statements?
Whether it's a grocery store or
that's
a specialty
surprising.
Store. No, so listen. When I talk to Tim and Bill, I try to play contrarian because it's much funner that way.
More fun. Much more fun.
But I do understand that maybe I took it too far. I was a little overzealous in the fact of whether it was a special. So I have retreated. Mm-hmm. I have dropped my weaponry.
Right.
And I have fallen on my sword. Mm-hmm. And I agree that it is a grocery store.
All right. Well.
Okay, but now I want to get to something a little bit more important.
Right.
There are two people who listen to the show by the name of John and Frank, who kind of tag teamed.
What was her name?
In our discussion about New Jersey. Now this is an issue.
Tag teamed.
They
ganged up on him.
They ganged up on me.
Well, I wonder if it had anything to do with all your decorative remarks.
Well, I want people to understand this. I'm not going to retreat. Oh. New Jersey, Jersey. I stand by my argument that they should be excluded from the union, that they should be dug up and sent out, and let the Europeans deal with them. Let Portugal deal with them. And I'm going to go a little further to this. Okay. New Jersey has nothing proprietary. Okay? There is nothing about New Jersey that is unique in its own. They export tomatoes. That's ridiculous.
Is that all
they export tomatoes. They have 4 cities in their state, which is half the size of our state, that are all death traps. Okay? Newark, Camden, Trenton, and Jersey City. The people they hang their hats on, Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi.
Wow.
Trash.
Wow.
Okay?
Bruce Springsteen's trash?
That's
Listen.
harsh words.
Listen.
How can you say that?
I know.
And
Better than Marley.
And they
He
have
probably could have you killed for saying that. More
And-
than likely.
And, you know, they get very defensive. And when you get defensive about something, it's because you know you're wrong.
Is that
Okay?
a fact? Or is...
Yeah, you're right. They
And if-
probably are like at home right now. Like,
yeah, we suck.
yeah, you know what? Matt's right. Jersey fucking blows.
No, but I
This
want to
is
say
where I lived
something
my
else.
whole life, but I
Their
just
people
realized
voted
it.
for Chris Christie.
That's true. Good
And
point.
if my people in Pennsylvania voted for Chris Christie, I'd move. And another thing, if we took them out to sea, we become the beach scene. There's nothing proprietary. The only reason why they're popular is because they have a beach.
Well,
If we sent them out to sea, we'd have the beach.
Wow.
So what do they really have in New Jersey? You know why sports teams leave New Jersey?
Why?
Because their value of their teams plummets because they're in New Jersey.
Wow.
Okay? That's why the New Jersey Nets left. That's why the New York Giants and the New York Jets, they play in New Jersey, but they want nothing to do with New Jersey.
But wait a minute,
because
Mike.
the value of their teams immediately skyrockets.
Matt, Mike Bibby is from New Jersey. Former basketball player.
And so that's my point.
Zach Braff from Scrubs is from New Jersey.
Kevin Smith is from New
Yeah,
Jersey.
Kevin Smith.
I'm a
King Kong
big
Bundy
Kevin
is
Smith
from
guy.
New Jersey.
I'm just saying.
Aaron Burr is from New Jersey.
King Kong Bundy is
King
from
Kong
Jersey?
Bundy is
That's
from
fine.
New
If
Jersey.
you want to take their side, that's
That
fine.
makes sense.
You know what?
I-
I think I will. You know why? Because, and look, I there's a lot about Jersey that I don't like.
What
But
do you like about Jersey?
I like
They
the
are-
shore. I like
Okay, we could have the shore.
I like Northwest New Jersey. I like Central Jersey. I like the Lawrenceville, Princeton area. I like the Delaware River. You know, and they're I like the role they played in the Revolutionary War. By the way, Sandra Dee is from New Jersey. You know, I could go on. Tommy DeVito, Danny DeVito is from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Did you tell him how bad
Stallone,
New Jersey
too.
was
Stallone.
when you met him this week?
If I would have known, I wouldn't have taken a picture.
You wouldn't have
with him,
shaken his
okay?
hand?
No,
No.
absolutely
All right.
not.
So
All right.
Danny
I didn't know
DeVito
Danny DeVito
This
was
is
from
true.
New Jersey.
This is true.
And you are attacking New Jersey. Wow.
I'm just telling them that I will not be attacked by them. I am going guns blazing.
Wow.
I'm adding weaponry,
Joe Flacco's from New Jersey.
and that explains it all.
You know, Al
So,
Golden.
let's get to
Temple
that.
University?
I just wanted to get that stuff off my chest because
Oh, there is one bad thing about New Jersey.
there's
a piece
one
of-
bad thing.
The piece of human garbage known as Chelsea Handler is from New Jersey. Does anyone want to defend her?
Chelsea Handler?
She is a pig. Thank you. That's going on YouTube. Anyway,
So
she's actually a human.
So I
but-
just
Yeah, well,
wanted
She is
to
a
get,
pig.
She's not actually big?
No, she's part human, part pig.
I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Well,
So,
I
Whole
respect
Foods
I
is a
respect your
grocery
hatred
store.
for New Jersey.
I was a little overzealous. New Jersey is trash. I believe it's trash. I'll be the first one to dig it out of the ground and let it float out to sea.
Have you ever been to Middlesex, New Jersey? Have you ever been to Somerset, New Jersey?
I don't
have you
go
ever
to
been,
New Jersey.
Have you ever been to Orange? Have you ever been to South Amboy?
No.
Well, are you judging a book by its reputation? You know?
No, I don't like Jersey.
What about Hoboken?
I get my fresh produce.
What about Mary McCormick, who played Howard Stern's wife in Private Parts? I mean, come on. Jay Moore, Britt Morgan, Greg Olson, Shaquille O'Neal's from New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. How about Joe Pantoliano?
Wow, Shaquille O'Neal came out of Jersey?
Yeah, so did Joe Pesci. I mean, I could go on.
That's a lot of big names.
A lot of
that
big
you've been
names.
thrown out
A
there.
lot of big. Tara Reid, drunken Eagles fan.
You know what's interesting? How you guys pander to the listeners.
We have to. We have to.
I,
We have to.
I mean, honestly,
I'm not
you
gonna
are
pander to
hate New Jersey.
You are
say it all
way
the time.
over the top.
You
though. I
hate
mean,
New Jersey.
You're literally like cutting throats. Like you're going in.
What about
balls deep?
What about Frank Sinatra? You know, he's from
Yeah,
I
Jersey.
don't
Wow.
like Frank Sinatra.
Would you like
Chairman of
Martha
the board.
Stewart?
No, I don't like Martha
How
Stewart.
about Meryl Streep, ladies and gentlemen? And by the
She's
way,
not a bad actress.
Martha
The
Stewart.
chameleon that
I will
is
say
Meryl
this. This will
Streep.
go down in the annals of the Unfinished Basement podcast history. I'm going to tell you right now. Martha Stewart is a cougar.
Well,
She's a babe.
did you ever see her when
Have
she was
you been-
younger? Did you
What?
see her younger pic?
Yes, Matt, she's a babe. You got a problem with that?
I never looked at Martha
problem with
Stewart.
that.
at
Well,
all
you
as a
know,
babe.
sometimes you have to look past the potholders and the
Yeah,
decor.
he's right.
Really? You're
Yes.
being serious
I'm
right
dead
now.
serious. A pretty face.
Look,
She has a face that begs for love.
Murph has moved on to older women. He pointed this out like 2 episodes
I'm shocked about
ago.
that. Nobody knows cougars like I know cougars.
Don't you remember,
Tim.
what was the
And-
lady from Who's the Boss? He said he'd rather bang
Judith
her
Light.
than Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, he's an
All right, he's lost his mind.
so his credibility's
He's moved
gone.
into
By the way,
realm.
Anne Hathaway's from New Jersey.
Wow. Anne Hathaway.
I mean, come on.
Michelle Malkin, ultra-conservative columnist.
Well, that explains it.
Yep.
Also, star of local soap.
Brittany Murphy,
Malcolm in the Morning.
God rest her soul.
Brittany
Jack
Murphy.
Nicholson's from New Jersey.
Jack Nicholson. came
Not
out
Christian
of New
Slater,
Jersey.
but Jack Nicholson.
Hey, this is Christian Slater.
Elizabeth Shue. You know?
Elizabeth Shue.
That's one of yours, Matt. That's one of yours.
That's one of yours.
Allie with an eye.
Wait a minute. Isn't
What's
she...
your name? Allie with an I.
Well,
What's
come
your
on.
name? Daniel with an L.
Oh, stop it. It's a little gay,
He's
man.
played that out in his mind
How about-
10 million times.
Yeah. Is that... I
That
thought
was
we
a
were going to
great
do a movie
scene.
scene tonight.
That was what he fell for. It was
Ladies and
that
gentlemen,
moment.
Oscar-worthy. Oscar-worthy.
Bruce Willis is from New Jersey.
Wow.
Grover Cleveland, former
Can we
president.
please,
Wow.
honestly, seriously,
Former
can we
United
stop
States
talking about
president.
New Jersey?
Derek Jeter, Anthony
Hey, you brought it
Scalia.
up, man.
I did bring it up.
Kevin
So-
Spacey.
Because you guys hate New Jersey
Reap
as
what
much
you
as I
sow.
do.
Reap what you
And
sow,
now you're
Matt.
trying to get in the good graces with John.
Wait a minute.
Frankie.
Who was born elsewhere but lived in New Jersey? Jeff Fiegels.
Wow.
See,
Top
you're
guy.
not helping the argument, really, for
About-
the most part.
All right.
Why don't you look up people who are from Philadelphia?
Oh, I can do that. But we're not going to do that.
Okay.
We're very busy.
So,
we have a lot to get to tonight.
do you have anything to bring to the table?
I do. I have a fan letter. This is look. They mailed it to the address of the studio. This is straight from the heart. I was
Straight from the heart of America, or
straight from the person's heart who wrote
Oh.
it, and it tugged at my heartstrings, if you will. Dear Unfinished Basement, I wanted to write to tell you that I really enjoy the show. Everything to me is really funny, and you guys have a good camaraderie. I especially like Matt's point of view about his travails through the neighborhood and his experiences with the general public. I find Matt's stories to be refreshing and funny. Sincerely, Matt's aunt in Brooklyn. Very good. I thought that was a very good letter.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
No, me and her are very much alike.
No, it's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, no, that was
well,
good.
it's good to
No,
know someone is listening.
And
so
Susan
that's a
does
plus.
listen, and she does
And
like the
Susan,
show.
we appreciate it. We need all the listeners. But I got to give it up to
Good
her.
point.
I got to give it up to her. She's been listening since the very beginning.
She has
So
to.
thank you, Aunt Susan. That was just a joke, and I wrote that an hour ago in Wawa's parking lot, by the way.
In Wawa's parking
Yes,
lot.
the famous Wawa.
Well, you know what? It's speaking.
Not the Feasterville Wawa, but have you been?
Oh, what?
The
No,
new?
the one across the. No, I don't.
I haven't
think
It's
visited
not
them.
even. There's
no
nothing to
interest.
it.
I don't
I have no
understand.
I was in it
don't
once.
Why would I go
needed-
out of my way?
I needed money. I was on film.
You were on your way there.
Yeah, there's nothing to it.
I don't like how it's kind of. It's like up on a hill. Like I like to just park.
I'm with you.
Like you have to like go up on a hill. No,
No,
it's
I know.
Wawa. Like it should be a little. There's no need for this
Yep.
hill. Like it's the Great Wall of China.
Yep.
You know, it's
Wow.
just
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
just Wawa.
Well, they think there's something. I'll tell you right now.
Well, I have to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you, it makes me laugh because I really have no life. I mean, all my stories are really from Wawa, but I did see The Englishman
Is this-
outside of Wawa.
What Englishman?
Tim
Oh,
Walker.
Walker. He's not really. He's American.
Well, I think he's Englishman, 'cause-
Valid point.
but
He's American.
he is a fan of the show. Him and his lovely wife Rachel.
We love
wanna-
Rachel. We love you, Rachel. You could have been mine.
We
but
want to thank you for
I let Tim have you.
for listening and so I'm just giving my shout outs. That's all. I mean,
You know, Rachel could have been mine. And
Really?
I let Tim have her because I felt bad for him. I just you could have been mine, Rach. And we'll leave it at that.
All right.
Sorry, Tim.
It's not awkward at all. So.
No, not awkward at all. She's another loyal listener. What do you got? What do you
well,
got? Here's looking at you, Rach.
I had my first talk with the slow Wawa woman.
Oh,
The
yeah,
one
yeah,
with the
yeah,
glasses.
yeah, yeah.
I finally
The
actually
blonde older lady.
short hair.
Yeah, she's there. She's working now, by the way. She clocks out in an hour. Not that I stalk her.
I actually
Not that I was stalker.
I finally had my first discussion with her.
She's depressed.
Yes.
She's depressed.
Yes.
I mean, like, clinically.
It's
It's
obvious.
Sad. It's sad.
So I go in and I'm getting a pack of cigarettes, and I said I'd like a pack of Marlboro Lights, and she's very gloomy,
Mm-hmm.
and she's looking out the window, and
Right.
She goes to me in a very dramatic voice. Is it supposed to rain tonight?
Oh.
And I was like, why? Yes. I mean, it's cloudy. I don't know if it's supposed to rain. I said it might rain tomorrow.
What song was playing in the
gloomy?
soundtrack in her mind when she was saying that to you?
You tell us. You tell us, Phil.
You know what? I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about, was this the night that
you killed yourself. That you brought out in the middle of the road
off yourself, because it was so gloomy, and I really had never spoken a word to her. You know, it was just I told her what I wanted. She told me the price, but it was she looks off into the distance.
I know. Yeah, she does. She's got the 1,000-mile stare.
And she
it's like
said,
she just got back from Vietnam.
She said, "Is it supposed to rain tonight?"
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to respond. I said, it could.
I think she wants you to take her home, man.
I think that's what she was thinking about the whole time.
Was she doing small talk?
That's a depressed person's way of saying, take me home.
Well, I'm
or
pretty
just take me to
lonely,
friend's
so,
hospital or something. You know?
But I'm not that lonely, I guess. But listen, she's a nice young lady.
Young?
Older lady. And, you know, but it was my first conversation with her after seeing her probably 3,000 times over the last
I love talking to her.
year and a half.
Can you just ring me up already?
So,
what was that?
It's probably email.
Okay.
Email from a listener.
Yeah, read that.
Ronan.
I think about her often because she's in there every time I'm in there. I almost would have. If there's two cashiers working, I avoid her.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, that goes without saying.
You know?
That you're not really, saying much. I agree with you. I try to avoid her at all costs. And after this conversation, I will try to avoid her at every cost possible.
I think she wants you.
I don't think so.
I don't know, Matt.
I also wanted to discuss something else.
Okay.
You know, it seems like I go through my weeks just looking for shit that I can't stand.
Well, you did that prior.
Yes.
You've been doing that for a long time.
So, I decided to... Me and Tim actually both agree with this. Giant's customer service.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if you're ever in Giant, but their customer service is the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Now, you're talking specifically about their customer service office, where you go buy lottery tickets.
The desk. Yeah.
Now, I think their employee customer service in general
as a whole
is horrendous.
It's like company-wide.
It's horrendous.
Company-wide.
Horrendous.
An embarrassment.
It is an embarrassment.
I agree.
It absolutely is.
And
I agree.
I have now decided that if I don't like that area...
Well, do you have a story tied to this specifically?
Well, no, I have many stories.
Well, I would like to hear...
Okay, well, they talk on the phone, and I'm looking for one pack of cigarettes, and they're just talking on the phone or talking to each other.
You got to tape this with your phone. You got to get this footage.
It's unbelievable.
Get it on camera.
Today, I was tired after work, and I said, I'm going to get a cigarette. I'm going to get cigarettes from the customer service at Giant. Sure. And I always hate doing that. So I go up to it. I go up to the customer service, and she's talking on the phone. Mm-hmm. And another lady is talking to another lady behind the counter. And I'm standing there. And I've had enough.
Yeah.
I had enough. And the lady, after about 2 minutes, 120 seconds of talking to her coworker while I'm standing there, says, I'm sorry, sir, can I get you something?
You should have been wise about it.
Yeah. I said, no. I will never get anything from any of you ever again. And I walked out.
Man.
And I never looked back. I went to Wawa. I said, I've had enough.
It's like an ending of a Clint Eastwood movie.
I'm sorry.
And as soon as you left, they put the going out of business sign.
Yeah, they were like, we're done.
We're done.
We lost them.
We got all Matt's nerves one too many times.
Do you know, me and Tim have talked about this millions of times.
They are horrible.
They're awful.
Was it you who told me the old man story buying cigarettes, or did I live that? I can't remember because there's so many of them.
That was him. That was true.
The old man story.
That was him.
It's insane.
The
all
old
right?
man, they carded him?
Yeah, the man is
Oh.
clearly... you tell it. You lived it. You tell
I'll
it.
never forget this.
Yeah.
In fact, I called Tim right
It's
after it
my
happened.
most vivid example.
So I'm standing behind this guy who might be 85 years old. He might have 2 weeks to live. I'm serious. This guy is like the Walking Dead. I mean, I can't describe this man any more than he's bald and he's 85. Okay? Wearing a sweater vest.
Correct.
So I'm standing in line right behind him, waiting for cigarettes. And the young lady at the counter, who's no longer there, says, excuse me, sir, I'm going to need your ID. And I thought I misheard. And he looks at me. And he looks back at her.
I wonder what he looked at you for.
And you would have thought the
Someone
woman,
else to
like, who maybe was
understand.
tired and she didn't, like, see him perfectly, would have said, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. No. She said, sir, I'm going to need your ID. And he said, is this a joke?
Is it a joke?
Is this a joke?
Is this a joke?
and the lady said, no, sir. Totally serious. I'm going to need to see your ID. And I started laughing.
Yeah.
I said, as if you guys weren't slow enough and wasted enough time in my life.
No.
You're going to card an 85-year-old man who's about to go to a hospice.
It's when common sense is already totally 100% out the window.
Yeah,
Really.
pretty much.
I will never forget this.
It's the downfall of society.
You
at
know
this
what?
point.
It actually is, and I agree with that. And I must say, you know what? I kind of liken it to when the World Trade Center was burning. There was an announcement on the PA system that said, "It's okay. Do not leave the building. It's safe to go back to your office. It's safe to go back to your office." Yes, this is true. All right. So the one building's burning.
and
about
you
to fall.
liken this to
Yes,
an
I do.
85-year-old
Because the
man
common
getting
sense is
cigarettes.
gone. A plane just went through the building, right? You got to evacuate.
Yeah.
But no, some schmuck in the security office pressed the button that says, like, an automated message that said, you know what I mean? It's like,
You are not in any
Right,
danger.
right.
Please
you know what I
return
mean?
to
Or it's
normal
like,
behavior.
Or it's like when these automatic cars come out. They're going to start driving off cliffs, you know what I mean? Because they're not going to...
because of the lack of
just
common
not gonna-
sense in
right.
installation.
It's like things like that.
human
I like
error.
It's the
because
same thing.
The human brain is declining.
Sorry, our
in the
policy
use
is
of-
to card everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
retard.
Yeah. It's like,
That
or it's like, the building's on fire. Sorry, we can't open the door. We're not allowed.
I
Yeah.
thought
We
it
really
was...
aren't supposed to
Yeah,
do that.
we're not supposed to
So
let
when
anyone
I get
out.
up...
Good
when I
luck
get up-
burning to death.
Yeah.
So when I get up in line, he leaves and he kind of looks at me and kind of...
Like,
Because
good
we
luck,
were waiting
Was
for
there
5
like
minutes.
a sunrise in the background as he
And-
came away from you and like looked and gave you that last nod?
Right. Good luck.
Thank you, son. I'm glad someone
I
else
hope
saw this.
I hope he's still alive, but the chances are he probably hasn't made it till today. This was about a year
I'm
ago.
surprised he didn't just go kill himself after dealing with that nonsense
But-
in line
sure
at the
he was
giant.
But
flattered
I
a
get
little
up,
bit.
so I get up to line, and I'm kind of, I feel in a way like she's not human. I kind of was weirded out. I felt weird, and so I said, she said, can I have your ID? And I said, by the way, how old did you think that guy was? And she's like, I have to card everybody. And I said, well, I understand that, maybe if they look under 30 or 35, but this guy was like 80 years old. I don't think you needed to card him. She's like, well, my boss is right over my shoulder, and I really need to card.
Still, unacceptable.
And I just thought to myself, I don't know this woman, but I tend to feel like she's got a couple cigarettes short of a pack. I mean, you can't. I mean, I would never.
Nice metaphor
Thank you.
for the situation.
Thanks. I didn't think it was that good, but I
It
could
wasn't.
have. I could have.
All right.
Well,
All right.
so Bill, did anything happen to you this week? Or...
Yeah, I worked, unfortunately, which was terrible.
Oh, well, you were the only one.
But
so...
to add my piece to horrific experiences at Giant, this one's not exactly the same as yours, but in my youth, I worked at a company who shall remain nameless.
Just name them.
I worked for Pepsi, and I spent a lot of time
the
with
next
Giants.
generation. Yeah.
Tim has a similar experience for a little bit shorter of a period of time, but
Yep.
trust me,
I couldn't hack it.
you'll carry it with you the rest of
couldn't
your
hack it.
life. My terrible Giant experience was there was a woman who looked a lot like, if I could think of a character to compare it to that people listening would go, Gimli from The Lord of the Rings, except she was a female and she had a rear end about twice the size as him, and she had a little cart that she's, the carts they have at grocery stores.
What, where you drive them?
Yeah, the little carts that get you around, and she used to drive this cart around. I don't know if she was special or if she was just literally like the backwash of society, just as a whole, because she spoke and did her job and everything was normal, but she got to drive around in this cart because she had short, stubby legs and she had to like walk in a very strange fashion.
Sister Incarnata. Basically.
Yeah, but worse.
Okay.
Like Sister Incarnata tilting back and forth like a penguin everywhere she went. But anyway, she looked like she was wearing a large diaper. That's how round her midsection area was. But anyway, she was extremely annoying on top of it. So it was one of those things in the beginning when you saw her a lot, like, oh, that's sad. But then later, you're like, God, I fucking can't stand you. Like, I no longer feel bad because you're the most annoying person I've ever met. Well, one time, grown adult woman, at least in her 40s, I'm waiting at customer service for the manager to come check me out.
Oh, a giant customer service?
When you finish your work, you got to go get checked out, looked at. It's a pain in the ass. It's like the final line. Like, is the guy going to make me go back and do something stupid, or can I get out of here and continue on my mundane, horrific life doing this job? So anyway, she comes rolling up on her cart to customer service, and I kid you not, in the middle of the store, there is human fecal matter pouring upward out of the back of her pants, down the cart, everywhere.
What?
Yes. And like I said, it's not like she was obviously one of the mentally challenged people who worked there. She wasn't. She was somewhat normal, just oddly shaped and got to ride the cart. Very annoying girl.
Right.
And she had shit herself, knowingly, I suppose, and came to customer service to tell them, like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, right.
As she's talking, okay? Shit is expelling itself out of her pants, outward, which means whatever's going on inside, there's an overfill and it's pouring out. I literally gagged, grabbed my mouth.
That's horrific.
And ran away from the scene. And, they let her go home. So I went out to my car to smoke a cigarette and wait for them to clean up before I went back into the store to get checked out because I just couldn't be there anymore. Because you can imagine the horrific sight.
It's
disgusting.
That's not the story I thought you were going to tell.
It really happened, though. That's a real thing. It really took place. And then I got the story from the manager, and he was a funny guy. He was not happy about it at all. And let's just say that when he explained it to me, the C word was used many, many times to describe this woman. And the fact that he had to use company money to pay someone to clean up shit from this woman. This was in, not to put any towns down.
Yeah,
this giant was
Bristol.
It was in Morrisville.
I mean, come on.
You
didn't know that?
Ooh.
Of course it was in Morrisville.
Morrisville.
There's only one reason to go to Morrisville, and that's if you got off on the wrong exit on Route 1.
Right. Or if you're trying to score some sort of terrible drugs or something.
Look, here's my giant story of the day. This just happened today. I can't believe it. This is real. For the people at home, I'm showing Bill and Matt a picture I took today of the new sign that they have. The 4 closest parking spots to the entrance of Giant.
Okay, I'm looking at a reserved parking.
It says reserved parking.
That says my giant Associate of the Month.
Yes. So the 4 closest parking spots.
As opposed to handicapped.
As opposed to handicapped. Yes. The 4 closest spots are for Giant Associate of the Month. Now, how can there be 4 Associates of the Month?
There's only 15 people that work there.
Yeah, it's a joke. They're always short-handed.
More than 25% of the workers get Associate of the Month.
They are so micromanaged there. Every single time I go there, they don't have enough people working. They don't have enough cashiers working.
Why are your eyes closed?
Because
He's trying to channel his anger.
This is a radio show, Matt. And you are looking at me, and Brian Kelly in his car isn't looking at me. So when you say, why are your eyes closed, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm trying to describe to him.
My eyes are closed because I'm passionate about what I'm talking about.
He's fucking pissed. He's fucking pissed over there. Let it go.
They never have enough employees. They never have enough employees. They pay their employees like total shit, and
Well,
they do.
I mean,
And
we
they
were
do.
former employees.
They feed on. No, we worked at Gennardi's. We never worked at Giants.
Yeah, he's right.
All right.
All right.
Get it right. Get it
Gennardi's
right.
was garbage too.
Huh?
No, Gennardi's was garbage too.
Yeah, it was worse.
Which is why they're not there
Giant has good products. They have a good organic section. Other than that, they are garbage. Their customer service is garbage, and I'm not talking about their customer service line. I'm talking about their customer service.
Yes, in
it's
general.
garbage. You know, it's insane. I have pictures on my phone. I used to take them. I used to send them of the lines that were just unbelievable.
Yes.
But anyway, so they have their 4 spots made out to their
Bill's
Associate
an
of the Month
Acme guy,
parking,
anyway.
and I should be too because they at least Acme their
Bill
union.
swears
You're
by
wrong.
Well, they're union.
You're absolutely wrong. And thanks for not speaking for
No,
me.
but
ever
Acme is
again.
better. Acme's better. They pay their
I
employees
go there
better.
on the fly, but we go to ShopRite.
Well, ShopRite's
well,
a little...
don't
better
say that
prices.
too
I'm
loud.
not
My
saying I
opinion
like-
of ShopRite, I think it's a little ghetto.
It is.
It's ghetto.
Better prices because of that, which is why I go there.
That's
So anyway, Giant,
I like to deal with the muckians in order to get the good
The
deals.
crumb bum.
The crumb bums, if
Yeah.
you will.
But anyway, that's my Giant story of the month.
Yeah, you know, it was awfully rude of Matt to do that to you while you were venting.
No, it's
could
okay. I understand.
I thought it was a little uncalled for.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
He was
Really?
obviously feeling every bit of that. You
No,
know?
that's fine. He was
And
channeling
kinda
something.
Put him on blast.
Look, we have a
for no
request.
reason.
I
This is
didn't
real.
think I put him on
This is
blast. I
real.
just said he was
This is-
closing his
guys,
eyes.
stop. Enough. This is a request from Tim Walker himself, a loyal listener.
He is a loyal listener.
He thinks we should talk sports.
He told me that. Yeah.
And I, Matt, I told you before.
Does
I
it
think,
matter what?
Well, I don't think so.
Because I
but-
got a topic I wanted to bring up.
Well, let me just say first, because this is something he brought up, but I kind of disagree. I don't think we should talk sports all that much. He thinks we should do it for 10 minutes a week. 10 minutes would be 1/6 of our show.
Tim's executive producer?
Yeah, Tim
I
is.
didn't know.
But
When did
this
he
is a
move into that
suggestion. Look,
role?
if we start listening to everything everybody suggests, then we won't have an original thought of our own, which
Yes. It
sometimes
goes back
I don't
to the
anyway.
whole tool definition.
But here we go. This is for Tim. We might not do this next week. We might. We don't know.
Well, if it's for Tim.
I don't think we need all that much sports. And this isn't even so much sports related, but I'm just going to go with it and see where we go.
Yeah, well, there's no ceiling here. There's no limits. So.
All right. So this week was the passing away of the great Buddy Ryan.
Of course.
Okay, now this happened 5, 6
That's
days
more
ago.
of a feel-good piece
Right.
than anything, really.
Okay, great.
Well, not feel
Okay,
So,
so Buddy Ryan
feel-good
was...
piece?
Well,
Yeah.
in memory, he lived a good life. He lived
Okay, he
a
lived a
long
good life. So now
Okay.
it's Sunday, and I turn on the radio, and it's my fault for doing it, but, they're still talking about Buddy Ryan, who passed away 5 or 6 days ago.
Right.
It's Sunday now, okay?
Yeah.
How long can we kiss his ass? I mean, no, really.
We've been doing it for years.
Matt.
Well, I have to leave the conversation because there are a couple things.
All right, well, Matt, could you unplug and get the hell out? I'll see you next week.
No, I'm saying I don't worship Buddy Ryan like many. I mean, I don't. He was a good defensive coach
Right.
for sure,
Right.
and that was my favorite team. That might have been my favorite team of all time. The 1990-91 teams with Reggie White, Wes Hopkins, Clyde Simmons, Jerome Brown, Eric Allen, Mark McMillan. I love those teams. Byron Evans, Seth Joyner. But Buddy Ryan just didn't really do much for me. He wasn't that good of a coach.
And I will add that Tim Walker was still at the tit when Buddy Ryan was the coach.
Yeah, he was.
Was what?
Still at the tit.
Still at the teeth?
We got-
he
you know,
means he
Mother
was a
Steve.
baby, Matt. Matt, he means he was young.
No, he wasn't. What? When Buddy Ryan was the head coach?
Well, Tim breastfed till he was like 13.
Yeah, I think
Oh, well, in that
You know,
case.
yeah, it
well,
was
that
the
makes
90s
sense.
Phillies.
12 or 13.
Okay, I didn't know that. That would make sense.
So look, that's my sports. That was about a minute and a half. I've had enough.
Well,
This is not a sports
Well,
show.
can I
Well,
throw
Bill-
one more topic in
Go
just
ahead,
to be
yeah,
fair?
let's do it,
In
yeah.
honor of Tim.
Yeah, in honor
Since
of
we'll
Tim.
probably never talk about sports again.
I'm not all about it. I've had enough of it. I've been
My
listening
Well,
to
when
sports
Ben
for
Simmons,
10.
I am a fan.
I've been arguing about this at work. This is why I want to bring it up.
Okay.
I want to talk about the merits of someone who obviously we're all going to feel doesn't really necessarily deserve merits anyway because he's filthy rich based on one talent.
Christian Slater.
I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on how do you feel about the fact that LeBron James left Cleveland to go to Miami? Okay. This is an old topic, but how do you feel about
Are we
the
listening
fact...
to the Mike Missinelli
Did
show?
you just pull out 10 bags of candy? So
Ooh, look,
unfair.
4 purples in 1 pour. Contra, go Skittles, ladies and gentlemen.
Taste them.
Brought to you by Trayvon Martin. I kid.
No, but how do you feel about the fact that LeBron James left Cleveland? Do you think it's a dickhead move?
I don't care.
Do you think he deserved to be hated by the entire city, even though now he has come
You're going to
back
have to ask
and
Matt,
won?
because he's the basketball guy.
Well,
What's your opinion? Do you judge him for it?
Well, I just think he's one of the most narcissistic people I've ever seen.
Okay, but I'm asking you.
Well, that goes to it, because he did this whole TV show, which he did give the money to charity, but he's like, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. It's like, LeBron, if you want to go to South Beach.
He did a TV show that said that?
Yes, that was why everybody turned on him.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, I'm having a conversation with somebody who doesn't even know the major point of why.
I mean, I'm just bringing it up.
No, it's okay. It's
All
okay.
right? So.
No, that was the major point.
You can
That's
reserve
why
your arrogance. Thanks. Because I wasn't aware of the television show.
Well, that was the big
shit on
part.
the city. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was the big part. That's when they started burning his jerseys. All he had to do was say, listen, I'm going to Miami.
Right.
I have that
He had
right.
to make a thing about it.
I'm a free
He had to
agent.
actually make a TV show about it.
So
Like a live TV
he
show.
wiped their
Oh,
face.
wait.
Yes.
I'm not even on mic.
Wow.
Oh, that's a violation.
Violation.
How long ago have you...
It doesn't matter. We're moving
Just
forward.
when I was eating my Skittles.
Yeah, no, so that's what happened. But whatever. These basketball players, it's not the same game anymore. It's not the same game.
It's a bastardization of the product that Matt grew up with, Bill.
Okay, I agree
No,
with that.
listen, I sense the sarcasm, and that's fine.
No, it's not. It's
okay,
true.
The truth is that the basketball of today lacks fundamentals. I don't want to get into it, but it's not a good product.
You know, sometimes when I listen to a Larry Brown press conference, I swear to God, I'm not joking. Kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
That's
Brown?
fine.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Larry
he's
Brown.
like,
Yeah, the way he
played
talks.
good tonight. You know,
These
Allen
guys.
was out there. He battles. He may
That's
not
fine.
have shown
Larry
up to
Brown was the
practice.
best basketball coach I've ever seen, but as a person, he's a terrible
He may not have
person.
showed up.
He's
to
not a terrible
practice,
person.
but He was a player.
Well, can I get to a couple things?
Yeah.
I don't really have much.
Actually, can I say one thing?
Absolutely.
Actually, can Matt say one thing?
Sure.
Actually, maybe Tim should start.
No,
Tim?
no, Matt.
No, Matt.
I
Well-
passed the torch.
I also have been getting grief from people
All the time for the most of your life.
about my choice to abstain from voting between Donald Trump and Hillary
Yeah,
Clinton.
there's other people running.
I'm the Libertarians. Did you see their town hall?
The green candidate or whatever.
Okay, well, the Libertarians are worse than both of them. They don't even know what they're idiots. But nonetheless, I said I'm going to abstain.
Did you hear that, Jerry? No, I kid.
I said I'm going to abstain. I'm not going to vote. Why do I have to vote? Like, if you go to a restaurant and they have eggplant parm and they have Salisbury steak, if you don't like either of those options, you don't get them.
Good point.
Show me the restaurant that only serves Salisbury steak and whatever the hell the other thing
Eggplant
was.
parm.
Okay, that business would have folded years ago.
But the metaphor I'm trying to make.
Not if it's a lunch truck on like 40th Street.
Okay, but the metaphor that I'm getting at
The
is that
horrific metaphor I used to try to describe it.
what I'm saying is,
It's
why
like
is it a
one's
problem
like
to
a
boycott?
manicotti, and the other one is your mother's meatloaf. And
Do you know
neither
there's a
one.
do you know there's a lunch
Tim-
truck that just sells pork sandwiches?
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good pork sandwich?
So what I'm saying, Bill, is Matt's restaurant could exist in the form of a lunch truck.
but that's got to be
Eggplant
some
parm
damn
or
good
Salisbury
egg-
steak.
They're both terrible options.
But that's my point.
It's like what your weird cousin wants at the wedding. He's the only guy who chose eggplant parmesan.
Donald Trump is trash and Hillary Clinton's a liar.
Let me ask you about that. It's a wedding. It's either filet or salmon. What do you get? Choose. You
Well, it
gotta choose
depends
one.
on how they're made.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Here's the
Yes.
menu. Here's the menu.
Are they gonna
What's
Weddings in a
what's the
month.
marinade on the
No, no, no,
salmon?
no, no.
What is
No,
the salmon?
no,
is it just
no,
roasted
no,
salmon?
No.
Then I'll take the
Here's
filet.
the wedding. It's in a month. Here's the choice. You check right now. Mail this in. Salmon or steak?
If it's,
Fish or steak?
I'd probably go fish.
Steak.
Yeah, me too.
You're damn right.
Now, I think
Filet. I mean, it's not really.
there is one thing I got to bring up about last week's show, and you made a reference to.
I made.
Yes,
Oh, I
about
did.
10:45. You're closing at 11. The kitchen industry, and somebody comes in at 10:45 and orders a cheesesteak.
Yeah, you don't do
Oh
that.
my
You do
God,
that.
dude.
You're allowed to do that. This is
Absolutely
not
you
a
are.
restaurant. This is a takeout place, like a cheesesteak or suppose it's like a takeout place.
That's fine.
Yeah, a takeout place.
I choose not to do that.
That's
I'm
your
not talking
choice,
about you.
But
Yeah.
it is okay.
You're the
to do.
guy cooking the steak. You're working till 11. The place is open till 11. It's 10:45. I'm hungry. I don't feel like eating Wawa. I'm not asking you your opinion, Matt.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I want a cheesesteak, and you're
fine.
going to make it
Yeah.
for me, or I'm calling your manager.
Well, of course I'd have to make it.
Okay.
Whether
Society
I-
said, if you don't want to make it, then close at 10:45. Don't close at 11.
That's
All
fine.
right? It is fine. It
You-
is fine.
no,
I'm
no,
upset.
that's correct.
I am
No,
upset.
people can do it.
You damn
Don't
right.
judge
I
me
just
because
choose-
I'm hungry at 10:45.
I just choose not to do it.
You think you're
Yeah,
better
but
than me?
No, I
You
don't.
think you're better than me?
I know. I worked in a steak shop, and you got to clean the grill.
Are they still open, by the way, that place?
No,
What are they
closed
called?
down.
I
What are
went
they
down
called?
right after Matt started there.
What was that called?
Oddly enough, it was like its
Steak
first
Works
year.
or something?
Steak and Hoagie Factory.
Steak and Hoagie?
No, it didn't. It was actually blowing up when we were there, but the new owner came in and just
Excuse me.
brought it.
That was
trash.
the Primos of. Are they open anywhere? Steak and Hoagie?
I think there's one in Abington, but Bill seems to know Abington like the back of his hand, so
Not
maybe
really.
he could
I
tell
mean, I
us.
know there's a Target.
I know
there.
there's red street signs in Abington.
Yes.
All right,
And a
skills
hospital.
down. What do you guys think about tipping? When is it okay not to tip, and when is it mandatory? Like, for example,
You always
did you?
tip.
Yeah, but did you ever feel pressure to tip when you're getting takeout? Like you?
I do. I do feel. I think I know what you're talking
You know what
about.
I mean?
I do tip the young ladies at Primos.
What, at the counter?
I do.
You don't tip at the counter.
I agree.
Foolish. Foolish waste of your own money.
It is.
No, it's,
It's
not.
not
They
neither
take care
in
of you.
society right now. It's not neither implied nor is it expected. Your little can that some people want to, people like him, like Matt, will throw $1 into. Good for you for having the can.
I'm not talking about the can. I'm talking about when you pay with your debit card and it says tip.
I leave $1.
You put the line right through it.
Most of the time, I
You
leave
put the
$1.
line
like it.
right through it. What am I
I don't
giving
even
him
like
money
it.
for?
I put a line right through it
What
too.
am I giving him his money
Yeah.
for? Why
Yeah.
would I do that?
Like, it's weird.
It makes no sense.
But there is a certain pressure.
No. The
Wait a minute.
tip is for all the people. It's not just.
Oh, so
for
they're
the-
splitting Matt's dollar up amongst
No,
the
that's- I don't think
employees.
that's
Well, if
Come
I do
on.
$1 and 100 other
If
people
you
do
did that to me,
$1,
I'd throw the 50 cents at you and tell you to
Wait,
go
here's
fuck
the thing.
yourself.
When I go into Lamberti's, which is really good food,
I do like
compared,
Lamberti's.
compared to like a pizza place around here, like I've had it up to here. Like I can't eat that. I can eat pizza, but like the pizza places, they get a little old after 20 years of eating the
Yeah,
same
well,
crap.
where do you go, by the way? for
Well,
pizza?
Trivos.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to-
But I also go to Angela's because I think sometimes they have a good product.
I've been
I
hitting,
think, well-
Nina's.
All right, but anyway,
yeah.
Nina's.
Yeah, I've been hitting.
Yeah,
Nina's
absolutely.
recently.
I don't.
I don't like the.
don't
I don't like the
No, I'll go
owners,
there.
but I like the place. I like Sandwich Club.
So I
Go
go in,
ahead.
I go into Lamberti's. It's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, Thursday night, something like that, and they're really busy. And I order takeout. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of feel like a dick.
Wait,
that, like,
10:30 you said?
No. They're just busy. It's like 7 o'clock.
why
It's
do you
dinner
feel
time.
like a dick?
I order takeout. I don't know. It's like they don't want to cook takeout. They're so busy.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
Does the girl at the counter give you guff?
No, she's great to me. The little Mexican girl,
Yeah.
she loves me, man. She
Yeah.
gives me extra.
You shouldn't
tomato
feel weird
pie
about
and
that.
everything.
Those dudes, they're in the moment. You know what I mean? You know what that's
Oh,
like.
yeah.
They're in the moment.
Okay.
They don't, you know what I mean?
All right.
You can't hate on somebody just for wanting food.
We talked about the new Wawa. We're gonna forego the prank call to Suburban for this week because it's just not here nor there. I gotta get a little better.
You got to work something up. Maybe do a
I
little.
will. I'll
your
work
free
something up.
time. Do a
Maybe-
couple trial runs.
Maybe next week,
Record them on your own. Record them on your own. If you have to.
and then we'll splice them in maybe.
Yeah.
During a commercial break.
Whatever.
Ah,
You know what I
Matt.
did last Friday?
What did you do?
I got a haircut.
Okay.
Where, you ask? Do or Die Hair Salon, anchored down here in beautiful Trevose, Pennsylvania. I just got a quick cleanup, but those girls can do much more than that. Their hairstyle is professional. Are incredibly talented at cuts, colors, and waxes. Wedding day coming up? That's right. Do or Die will take care of all your wedding needs as well. Lindsay, Lauren, Lisa, Amber, and Alex will
Neil
have
and
you
Bob.
looking your best. Do or Die Hair Salon, where perfection meets reality.
There you go.
All right. Well,
Well done.
Did you get releases for all those things? I hope you got releases.
I still prefer House of David myself.
I did go to House of David.
We all
And
did.
now
man,
you can
from
get a
one time to
slice
the
of
other.
pizza, right? While you're getting your hair cut.
That's right. No, Vito cuts my hair. Oh man. Let's say, there was an explosion today in Central Park. Did you hear about that?
No.
Some guys walking, or maybe today or yesterday. Some guys walking through Central Park.
New
with
York.
A couple of friends. No, Central Park in Feasterville.
Well, I
Right
want,
over behind the Kmart. Yeah, so Central Park, New York.
I want the listeners to know that
True,
it's Central
true.
Park in New York.
Yeah, Central
We
Park
have
in New York.
listeners in California, Hawaii. They might not
Yeah,
know.
thank you,
Do
Captain
you know?
Obvious.
Do you know? Listen to this. We have listeners in American Samoa.
Yeah, okay.
We do. We do. Do you think I'm joking? Matt, you think I'm joking? My brother lives in American Samoa.
I
and
remember
listens
that.
to this show.
I'm sorry, it's just funny.
He's literally crying over
Matt's
over
laughing about
nothing.
an explosion in Central Park. I can't believe this. This is
All right,
ridiculous.
continue, please.
So 18-year-old Connor something or other stepped on a rock, and there was a device underneath a rock, and there was an explosion. So he got hurt. Now, people are saying the official story is, well, the preliminary story is there's no evidence of terrorism. Now, that sounds like something they have to say because there's no evidence doesn't mean it wasn't terrorism. It just means there's no
There's
clear,
no way they can
right.
link it to it
Not
officially.
Not right yet,
Yeah.
right? Not 10 minutes after it happened. But they also were asking a lot of people around there of like, do you know if there was fireworks or some kind? They said it was a homemade device. Somebody making homemade fireworks.
What?
Yeah, something's fishy.
Like a pipe bomb?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, it could have been like somebody who's trying to get their feet wet, so to speak, and wants to try something small before they do. Yeah, it's something you got to watch out for. Listen, the world is
a vampire.
The world is not good right now.
No.
And I'll catch flack probably from both of you, but I do believe that in our lifetimes there could be an event that might end us. And I wouldn't have believed that before.
I don't think Bill will argue with you.
But I'm thinking nuclear bomb, bang. Somebody else hits a nuclear, the whole world's in chaos. Britain's fighting Ireland.
Britain's fighting Ireland.
The
Matt,
EU.
You got to do your homework.
Please.
You got to do a little better homework than that. I don't think it's as bad as we think it is, or as you think it is.
I don't know.
But Russia is acting a little macho lately.
A little lately? How about China?
They don't scare me.
Well, they got like 40 billion people.
You know what's weird though? They can like look at us with their satellites. We can look at them with our satellites. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think there are any allies anymore.
There are. Canada, England, Denmark, Ireland. They're great, great, great allies of ours. They are. The Europeans are our allies.
Well, I don't know. I think the world is being fractured. I think there's a fracture in the world.
I'm a big fan of Mexico. I like South America. Africa doesn't bother me. It's kind of like Russia, China. They're like the
North Korea
axis of. I don't care about North Korea. They can't do anything on the international stage. I don't think. The only thing they can do is attack South Korea and start a big war.
Yeah.
They really don't threaten me at all. I mean, we would blow them off the face of the earth.
Do you know North Korea? And I don't want to get into this, but North Korea has concentration camps that just So if we're gonna fight for freedom,
wait, stop. I thought of a funny thing today. Would be a show about concentration camps, like a
funny
comedy
show about concentration.
Yeah, like a comedy.
Well, that'd be
like a modern day. Or like how they have the reality shows.
What would be
All right,
funny?
let me tell you.
Yeah, give me a seed.
You know how like in The Office, it's like a fake show, but it's supposed to be a reality show. So like something goofy happens, and like the guy looks at the camera.
So you want to do this at a
Yes,
concentration
I think it would be funny. Like all of a sudden, like the one guard walks by and says something, right? And the one inmate like thinks it's goofy and just like stares at the camera. You know what I mean? It's
and he weighs like 110 pounds.
I just think
and
it would
his
be
ribs are sticking out.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that
would be funny.
Or maybe they're chasing after mice in their cement-floored jail cell amongst 3,000 people trying to catch a mice so they can just put it in their mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Oh.
All
right.
Do you see the comedy that's Smitty?
I do.
It's
That's
the irony.
hilarious.
It's the irony.
Yeah.
Or like then you'd go like backstage.
No, that is funny.
With
Yeah,
the
that's
guards.
hilarious.
I don't know. I think it would be funny.
We could title it "That's My Himmler."
A father and son were killed when two watercraft collided in the Patcong Creek in Summers Point.
Wow.
Two jet skis collided into each other, or
That must have been
a jet
vicious.
ski and two boats. This is right off in Summers Point, right off of Ocean City.
I know where some.
You know where Summers Point is.
Yeah.
He knows where Summers Point is.
Yeah, he
Bill.
does.
You know?
Yeah, he does.
But I'm not going to discuss New Jersey.
Uh-oh.
So
Who? Margaret. Who the hell's Margaret?
Margaret Ann?
Who the hell's Margaret?
Thatcher?
Bridget just texted me something. An ISIS car bomb kills 115 in the Iraqi capital. It's like barely even news anymore. You know? What the hell is she? Oh, sorry. But go on.
I'm still getting over the concentration camp
I think it would be really funny, man.
I mean, I could see the comedy in some really dark things, but
Right.
that might be going a little overboard.
I don't know.
I mean,
In
Bill,
the 70s,
what are your thoughts?
I got
though?
that joke because in the 70s, in Europe, they tried to make a sitcom
How did it go over?
It was called That's My Himmler.
Really?
And it starred Adolf Hitler and Himmler, and they lived in an apartment together in hiding with, what was, Tim, you're the history major, what was Hitler's wife's name, the one that killed herself with him?
Eva Braun.
Eva Braun was
His
in,
girlfriend.
she was in the show.
They got married right before they
She
killed
was in the
themselves.
show, and
Okay.
so was his German Shepherd. And they did 2 pilots, and they got shut down, obviously.
So it's
But a lot of people feel that the 70s were just a little too early.
Yeah.
So we're 2016 now. Maybe it's time for Tim to breathe life into this.
Why don't you take it to like a...
Yo, wait. If a Jew like Mel Brooks created it, it would be okay.
It would
Actually,
it would slay.
Mel.
It would kill.
You know, Mel
People
Brooks
would-
created something where like Hitler was ice skating,
Okay.
and that went over fine. Like,
Okay, I think that...
Well, Hitler ice skating is kind of funny.
But
Just
there
hearing
is...
it.
No, that is. But there is a difference with like Hitler and concentration camps.
it's taboo.
If you've...
Is it your personal ties, or...
No, it really isn't. I would hope it's not just my personal ties that make me think that a comedy about a concentration camp is...
Well, how come you're laughing, Matt? How come you're
Yeah,
laughing?
probably not a good
Look,
idea.
I went
But yet you're laughing.
I went to the Holocaust Museum this winter, and it was amazing.
Christ.
It was
Wow.
amazing, and but I still think it's a good idea.
They did one about a POW camp. It was very successful.
By the way, this week's show brought to you by the Mega Millions jackpot, $415 million, not yet claimed.
Is it-
Mega Millions?
Wait, did somebody win?
No, nobody won.
That's a lot of cash.
Can I talk about fleas?
It's a lot of
fleas,
cake.
fleas.
Can I please talk about
Can I please talk about it? We had an outbreak of fleas.
Here?
No, at my grandma or
Oh
my
my God.
wife's grandmother's house.
Did you bring them back here?
No,
So they were never in this house.
no.
All right, cool. Keep
So
going.
it's just disgusting. I mean,
Yeah, but how do
Yeah,
you know
no, they're
that they're
freaking
not here?
terrible.
I don't know.
You know.
never know.
'Cause if he had him on him, he would have got bit, or he would know
Yeah,
in a matter of a few days, a day or two. When did this happen?
it was yesterday. No, because I took off my shoes and socks and everything before I left, and you
Like
know.
a radioactive zone.
You have
Like,
to. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
I dealt with
but
it once.
they're absolutely disgusting. I want to hear about your experience with them.
It was Duke, and it wasn't even his fault. Like, I got away with not using Frontline on him because we would go through straight walks through Trevos. I wasn't like you and Nick. We didn't go, well, actually, in his older years, we went a little further out, but he was on Frontline at that point. Anyway, I got away with not using it, and I paid for it once because the cats next door of my mother's house were flea-ridden, and there was tons of them, and they ended up getting to them. And then next thing you know, in a matter of 2 days, my house was infested with fleas. I mean, it was that quick. Like, by the time I noticed they were there, the entire basement was swarmed. So Duke had to get flea bath multiple times
How'd you
just
get rid
so
of
I felt good of it. I had to smog the house. They have these kits called smog kits. Well, they recommended one, and since no one was in the house, I did 3, and I waited an extra 2 hours after it told you could come back.
Smart.
I did it when everyone was at work. I took Duke with me. We just went out to Tyler for the whole day.
Mhm.
And what you do is, it's kind of crazy. You go through each room in the house, and you have a smog can. You ignite it, and you close the door behind you. And then they're shooting smog into the air for like 15 minutes or something like that. And then it remains in there, but it kills all of the fleas in the house. And then after that, I rid him of it, and I put him on Frontline, and it just kind of went away,
Okay.
which was good. But it's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
They're literally everywhere.
Yeah,
they're on
they're-
everything.
It's like small bugs.
Yeah, and they can bite you, and they will bite him, and you'll know. That's usually a telltale sign from a dog or a cat is they're scratching feverishly.
Small bugs can like attack humans better than any animal or
Yeah.
other human can.
It's under the
You know?
radar.
Yeah, there's nothing. Matt, you're gonna like this. Do you know Crystal Pepsi is making a comeback?
Really?
Well, that's some
Why?
marketing
Well, I
scheme.
don't like it.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I didn't like Crystal Pepsi. It kind of weirded me out.
It's a
but-
marketing scheme, I think.
Yeah, but it
They
was
do this.
different.
They like breathe life into old products
But
all the time.
I was young. I was like 12 at the time, so it was just something
Yeah,
new.
but my uncles worked for Pepsi, so I had a lot of it around. It tasted like shit, dude.
Yeah, no, it tasted
I remember
horrible.
having the
I kinda like
conversation at my grandmom's. I think you don't remember appropriately. Maybe you were too young.
Do you remember Coke 2?
Coke 2? Yeah, that was a
like
real
right around-
quick flash in the pan.
But
if
I
remember
liked it.
correctly.
Pepsi Kona?
Kona was around the
Yeah.
same time as Crystal.
That was 96. No.
What do you
it was
mean,
later.
no?
It was later. It was 3, almost 4 years later.
I'm pretty sure they were
No,
pretty close to each
no.
other.
I was in 8th grade when Pepsi Kona came out.
You remember.
I was in 5th grade when Crystal Pepsi came out.
All right, you might be right.
I am right.
But something else might have came out with Kona. Not Crystal, maybe something else.
Maybe.
I think there was something attached. Oh, was it Wild Cherry and then it stuck?
I don't know when Wild Cherry came out.
I don't know. I would like to know that, though. It's interesting. Because Wild Cherry came up because of the popularity of Cherry Coke.
Oh, stop, Bridget. Would you?
The popularity of Cherry Coke rose to the fame of Wild Cherry Pepsi. They had to, they have to have
I kind
opposing
of like
beverages.
Cherry Coke more than Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Yeah, what was the question I asked? Oh, so I have a debate, if you will, but of movies.
Mhm.
If you were to say, I need you to pick one film and one film only to describe this, what we're going to do is, I'll give you the topic,
Right.
you figure it out, and we'll go through, and each of us get to argue the reasons why. But listen to the question specifically.
Okay.
All right, and it's what is the best Harrison Ford movie? All right, and Tim, we'll start with you.
So this
Did
is
you need a
just-
second to think, or do you know already?
I guess you're gonna have to say Star Wars. I don't
What,
know.
you're gonna go Star Wars?
No, I don't know about me.
See, now look.
I don't know,
remember-
and I'm thinking off the top of my head. You're saying not him as a star, but what's the
Well,
best movie that he was ever in?
I think it would have to be
I don't know though. I haven't thought about
clarified if you're going to call it a Harrison Ford movie, because that's the question.
it. Okay.
I don't think Star Wars counts because there's 3
Fugitive.
front runners.
Fugitive.
Wow.
Put
Wow.
that gun down.
Now tell me
I
why.
did not
'Cause it was
shoot
Lance.
my wife.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And Bill doesn't. Bill, why don't you tell him what's yours?
No, hold on. Give him his
Bill.
moment. It's his turn to go.
He just went.
No, I want to hear why you think The Fugitive is the best Harrison Ford movie.
Because it was Lens, and they switched the samples, and so they could
All right.
come out with RDU 90, and Devlin and McGregor could give you Provasic. It was
Could
insane.
bring you
That's
Provasic. No, I want
You
to
never
know.
give up, Richard. You never give up.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
But it's beautiful. I love the movie. I can't even argue that I love it.
I saw that movie in the theater down the shore with my father in '94, somewhere around there. Let me tell you something. I played Fugitive
So did
every day
we.
at the park.
I played with Jake and Tyler. That's
Unbelievable.
crazy.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, but my
So
point.
why don't you tell him your
my
favorite?
argument. All right, fine. I'll go next. My argument for the best Harrison Ford movie, meaning the highest caliber film, I would have to say Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
No,
And
wait.
the reason
wait, whoa,
is-
whoa. You said regarding Henry.
No, I didn't.
That's exactly. Why
Do
else
you?
would I remember regarding Henry
Because
if that's not what you said?
Because you don't obviously listen to anything I say.
Oh.
Obviously, I'm highly insulted by
You
this.
guys keep going. I gotta go get something.
Regarding Henry, okay, I said was the best Harrison Ford performance in a film, acting wise. I did not say that I thought it was the best Harrison Ford movie, because the movie, all right, has to be extremely strong and also have Harrison Ford as the main protagonist in order to work, in order to fulfill the question, what is the best Harrison Ford
You said
movie?
regarding Henry, I believe.
No. I said if
What did
I
you
was
say?
going to choose what I thought was the best performance
Oh,
by
the best
Harrison
performance
Ford,
by
I would
Harrison
say
Ford.
regarding Henry. And if I was going to say what was the best Harrison Ford movie, I would have to say Raiders of the Lost Ark, because Raiders of the Lost Ark is a Spielberg flick, first of all, and I don't know if that weighs what it does to everyone else,
No.
but it means
Definitely
a lot. And secondly,
No, it's because it's sci-fi. And
Raiders
you
of
can't
the
get
Lost
It's
enough.
not
Ark.
sci-fi, is it?
It's
Raiders of the
barely
Lost
sci-fi.
Ark reached more people than any other movie Harrison Ford was in, other than Star Wars, which we're not going to include because Star Wars isn't really a Harrison Ford movie. It has too many moving parts, too many main characters along with them, so you can't call it a Harrison Ford movie. I mean, he's in it. You can say he was in it. You can't say it's his movie. Raiders, he is the main character. Granted, all right, there's the argument that you could stick someone else into that role, i.e. the original choice, which was Tom Selleck.
Did you ever see The Conversation from 1974 with Gene Hackman and Harrison Ford?
I don't think so.
It was a good movie.
I think The Fugitive is
Now, tell me
an
why.
amazing movie.
Why you think?
I just thought it was an amazing movie. I just thought the whole plot was insanely good, and you realize, like, Harrison Ford was this brilliant guy. Like, he was really smart, and he was outsmarting the cops, outsmarting the bad guys.
Tommy Lee Jones is a U.S. Marshal, not
Tommy
just
Lee-
a cop, but
Okay.
just saying.
Is that a trade? Is that a trade I hear in the background? Wait. Play
Which
that
cities have an L?
Elevated train.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? The character actor who was Tommy Lee's right-hand man, not the young kid,
The
but
one with the mustache?
yes,
He was good.
very good, very good.
They
at
were
that.
all good.
Wait, who?
There's the short, bald guy who was from The Sopranos. He's the one.
Joe Pantoliano,
Yes.
whose name we mentioned because
Yes.
he's from New Jersey.
New Jersey, which you could
Do
tell.
you see how this show comes full circle,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen?
full circle.
Unbelievable.
Especially on Matt's hatred of New Jersey. But I don't know. I still would argue that Raiders, as a whole, was a more popular movie than The Fugitive. Across,
I don't care what's
across
popular.
the world. I'm talking about best movie.
What's
right?
popular is
So-
not always right.
Yeah, it's not always
okay,
the best
Okay,
movie.
I'll agree to that. I'll agree that it reached more people because of its greatness. But I'll also agree that the plot line, okay, and the adventure tale that is Indiana Jones is contrary to popular belief of people of your stature.
I live in
It's
reality.
fiction related. Well, guess what? That's not a true story, Matt, The Fugitive. That would be fiction. That didn't really happen.
But it could happen.
But it didn't, Matt. It didn't happen.
You
It was a
can't-
story.
I know, but you
It was
can't
actually
be-
adapted from a television show in the 60s, The Fugitive.
I
Yeah,
just,
that's true.
I
It
think,
is true. And
I think sometimes your knowledge of theater
Hold on, guys, wait.
dilutes your brain. Please don't do that.
Look.
is that a scene from
Yeah.
The Fugitive?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Is that
We're going
when
to
they-
check every outhouse, doghouse, in-house. Yeah.
That was in the trailer.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course it was.
We should have just watched the trailer.
It just made everyone want to see it.
All right. Well, we're not going to do that.
Excellent. So to stand.
So what's the verdict? Me and Matt say The Fugitive.
Well, this
I was
isn't-
I
this
was
isn't
just
a
but I was
democracy,
trying
it's
to
a debate.
I was
It's true.
trying to make a point that his love of theater, he wants to one up people
Who,
instead
Bill?
of the obvious choice, which everybody loves The Fugitive. You
No,
wanna-
not everyone loves The Fugitive. And I could argue the merits that Indiana Jones made more money than The Fugitive.
I don't care about.
I could also argue the merits that Indiana Jones was loved more worldwide than The Fugitive.
Oh, that's definitely true.
Absolutely, it reached
Tim,
more
did
people.
you hear how much
greater audience?
What?
George Lucas sold Star Wars for?
No.
$4 billion.
Really?
Yo, as soon as I hear that, it makes me feel like I should jump up and begin to.
This is for Mikey and Johnny.
It's good
They're
stuff.
a fan of my.
It's a good stuff.
And this is for Carl. He'll know. Does Carl listen?
I don't know.
I haven't
It's
talked
a
to
good
Carl in a
question.
while.
What else you got there?
Well, I just had
I mean,
one.
we're not going to have a conclusion. Maybe someone will email in their thoughts.
I
Well,
have
we
a
have
thought.
discussed
I
it
have a
at a
thought.
later time.
Gene Hackman is
Hoosiers.
one of the greatest actors ever.
Hoosiers.
Well, who's your daddy? And what does he do?
No,
Who
no.
was that was Arnold
Daddy?
Schwarzenegger
Who was your
in
dad?
Kindergarten Cop.
And what does he do?
By the way, there's going to be a
It's
Kindergarten
not
Cop
a
Part 2.
tune.
No, it's already out.
Okay, well, never
Yeah,
mind.
Dolph Lundgren.
Don't listen to me.
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah,
Cool
did
story,
you know
bro.
that? And some random black actor.
No.
That I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, didn't look too great.
What are you guys
Although-
doing this 4th of July?
Yeah,
Matt,
by
read
the
your
way,
ad.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Are we allowed to say that
Happy
anymore?
4th of July
Are we
to you.
allowed to be proud to be Americans
I
anymore?
hope so. I sure
I
hope
hope
so,
so,
'cause
too.
I am.
Am I racist because I'm proud to be an American?
I don't think so.
I don't know, Bill. I don't know. Matt, what do you think? Am I allowed to be proud to be American?
I think we should all be proud to be American.
I am very proud. Where would you rather be? Mexico, Canada, England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, China, India,
Australia.
Pakistan? Not
You'd
me,
rather
my
be in
friend.
Australia?
I would like to see Australia.
Do you know what they
yes.
did to their indigenous people? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Not cool.
Yeah, but they still
Not cool.
don't they. The Aborigines still have the whole center of the state
I don't know.
or the country.
I don't know.
Actually, a country is actually called a state.
Yes,
They're
you're
called
right.
states.
You're right. You took political science, didn't you?
I did.
International relations.
Minor than.
I thought you looked
science.
familiar.
Well, I think we have one more advertisement.
Let's do it.
And then, okay. Got home from work late? Not in the mood to cook your own food? Just place a quick call to Chico's Pizza, located off of Brownsville Road by Avenue A. Chico's low-grade meat, cheap produce, and terrible soggy pizza is sure to disappoint. While my co-host Bill Schmidt swears by them, I believe placing an order to Chico's is a prosecutable offense. If you enjoy stomach problems and oily pizza, Chico's might be the place for you. If you hate me, go to Chico's Pizza because you will never see me there.
Wow. I'm sure with that last bit, though, that I don't think there'll be a lot more people going there.
They asked me to do an advertisement.
Even knowing all of that terrible food is there, knowing you won't be there will probably double their sales for the next oncoming
I
months.
won't be there, so if you hate me, go to Chico's because you will never see me there.
Public service announcement to all of our viewers at home and listeners at home. Don't drink and drive this weekend. When you're partying, when you're out there barbecuing, throwing some hot dogs on the grill, flipping the burgers, don't drink too many beers. And if you do drink, have someone else drive, ladies and gentlemen.
Follow us at Twitter on Unfinished Basement at UnfinishedBSMNT, online at unfinishedbasement.tk, YouTube, Facebook. And that wraps up another exciting edition of the Unfinished Basement podcast for Tim and Bill. Godspeed.
Godspeed, Timmy.
See ya.